I guess most of us want to be successful, huh? Some of us get to the end of each day and go, how successful was I today? Some of us get to the end of each day and beat ourselves up because we weren't successful enough today. And some of us live in binary worlds that if you're not successful today, you're a failure today. Nothing in between. Either you're a success or you're a failure. That's all there is to it. And yeah, I know. Success is nice. But what on earth does it mean? I mean, we all know, it's dangerous to chase success of social media. Social media is a fickle beast. One day everybody loves you, and the next day everyone ignores you. But social media only amplifies a tendency anyway, which is that we judge ourselves against the opinions of others. The performer who always wants applause or needs the laughter or the adulation of others. The person who somehow, unless they get that promotion, is considering themselves to be a failure, always judging themselves against criteria which are at least only partially real and often entirely outside their control. And that's a pretty fickle way to measure the success of your life, because public opinion is the opinion of a mob. And it's great when it's on your side. You're the head of the mob. Wow, I'm the boss of the mob. And when it turns against you, you're the one who's on the ground getting your head kicked in. And if your criteria for a successful life is the opinion of the mob, whether that's a mob of employers or a mob of an audience or a mob on social media, then you are putting your happiness entirely outside your control. Another way people try to be successful is to chase unrealistic expectations. Let's call it perfectionism. People say, I'm a perfectionist. I'm always working really hard because I'm a perfectionist. What does perfect mean? What is a perfect artwork? What is a perfect job? What is a perfect relationship? What is a perfect friendship? There are good works and there are less good works, and there's some really awful works, but perfect, what is perfect? What is a perfect piece of music? What a stupid question that is. What is a perfect friendship? What a stupid question that is. What is perfect? I'll tell you what perfect is. Perfect doesn't exist. Perfect is a fantasy. Perfect is something that if you chase it and you base your happiness on trying to achieve it, you are committing yourself to a lifetime of profound dissatisfaction. You are committing your life to trying to achieve something which is simply not achievable because it simply doesn't exist. It's like going to the airport and complaining you had a terrible holiday because there wasn't a flight to Atlantis. Atlantis doesn't exist. Of course, there's not a flight to it. Perfect doesn't exist. Of course, you can't achieve it. Perfectionism is a commitment to personal unhappiness. So then what is success? Well, I don't know, and I don't get to define it for you. But I would suggest it sits somewhere around here. Did you spend the day aligning yourself to a feeling of rightness? Did you work in accordance with the ways you want to work? If you didn't, did you learn a lesson from that so that tomorrow you can be more aligned with what feels right to you? Whether your art or your personal practices or your friendships or your relationships or the way you interact with clients and customers, did you do it in a way that felt like you were in alignment with what feels like the best and most authentic version of you? Let's really simplify that. Did you do your best? If your best today was just turning up, did you turn up? If your best today was not turning up and going to get under the duvet and getting some extra sleep, did you do that? Did you do your best? If you did your best, your day was a success because you survived it. Perhaps you became just a tiny bit stronger, and tomorrow you'll go further. Success is in the act of doing, not in how people respond to what it is that you do. You own your work and give up ownership of the outcomes of your work. That's a misquote from one of the great Hindu scriptures. Own your work. Give up ownership of the outcomes of your work. Be successful in your sense of how you operate in the world, and leave the judgment of others to be the judgment of others. When it's on your side, love it. When it's not on your side, nothing much you can do about it. I hope you all, every one of you, have a really successful day.